to the mountains, sitting across the bay. Morning comes always steadier than yesterday. I take the stillness as a sign to write a song about things we've done and things still to come. Flowers in the plenty, coloring in the view. Red sunburns late Sunday afternoon. Talking for hours.
너무 많이 많이